You won't believe what I found urban rockhounding. Little mushrooms, how cute. Hey guys, Rock Salt Passion here, back, and we're going to do some urban rockhounding right here downtown. You guys are not going to believe the spot that I found today.
On the dash, chain link, rattling, quarter tank gas. Mama said, boy, move, so I move fast. Tore through the hollow, left dust
It's
in
the size of a swimming pool, and man, it's got some awesome stuff. And yes, I do have permission. Look at these big, beautiful rocks in here. This one looks like sandstone, I believe. And this is, I don't know, I think I see some fossils in there. Whoa! Look at that agate banding. Holy cow.
The hollow left dust in the grass. Front porch flyers, tin roof heat. Old dog barking at the county street. I came from a
Got the little fossils in there. I believe this one's going to be a fossilized chert, and it's got pink in it. Wow. And look at this one. This is solid shells. It's all fossilized shells just stacked on each other. I can't tell what type of shell. Looks kind of like one that I have at home, but I'm not sure. Where it's the devil's toenails, and there's a whole bunch of them just all layered together.
My price is heavy and the smoke rolls wild. Hands in the air now. If you know the code, hard live low down on the red dirt.
Got some of these huge railroad ties at the house. I use them for my flower garden. And look at that. That is completely crystallized. I believe that is granite, maybe? See that flash? Maybe. Reminds me of like feldspar or calcite. I guess would be granite, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to work with the traffic here. I got traffic coming on this side and on that side, so safety first. Now watch what I'm doing. Holy cow, look at this. Look at this. I believe that one is chert or jasper? I'm not sure. Some holes in it here. Looks like a fossil impression there. Dang, I wish I would have brought my spray bottle. The way it's so porous, it reminds me of wood. But it could just be natural weathering. And there's a lot of this this one right here that I believe is going to be a type of jasper chert. Sorry guys, I didn't realize that it zoomed all the way in. Yeah, I think that one's going to be chert. Seems to have a little bit of translucency to it. Yeah. Wow. Look at this. Beautiful piece. And look at the banding going through here. That is beautiful. It's real pretty pink and red going through it. You see that kind of bluish tint from the chalcedony. Hey. Look at that. We're definitely going to have to check these out when we get home. Look at this one. I love these fossil furious, like chert looking ones like this. They are so much fun to use like a magnifying glass or a loupe and look at all the different little creatures and fossils and cool little mineralizations and bugs. I mean, just look at that. I think that might have been an ammonite in there. Definitely looks like a fossil impression of sorts. I can see what looks like maybe a little brachiopod there. See if I can zoom in a little bit. This one's got a bunch of beautiful crystals inside that bug. Amazing. Look at the banding in this one. Do you guys see that? Isn't that awesome? It's got the white band here, but you can see all the concentric rings right here. I think that one's going to be a solidified sandstone. It might be, could be jasper. I think it might be jasper actually. I'm not quite sure. It's really hard to tell. Look at this one. Oh my goodness, these are all amazing. Can I just like get a dump load? You know, like a whole dump truck of this delivered to the house? I think I need to call the quarry and see how much. Holy cow. Look at that. Look at that agate banding on there. You see it? Beautiful. Wraps all the way around to this side.
Tailgate scarred, granddaddy shotgun locked in the yard. Mama sweet tea, burns on the tongue. We laugh too loud, we live too young. I got
And then there's a lot of this right here that I thought was a mudstone, but it's all sparkly. I think it might be wood. Arch. A little bit of jasper. Looks like it's got banding right here. Wood grain. Beautiful red coming through there. So it could just be like a banded jasper, but I'm seeing a bunch of little white dots in there, little agate pockets. Definitely worth checking out. Oh my goodness, look at this one. Look at that. I have died and went to rock heaven, y'all. Look at this. Wow. That has got to be a piece of agatized wood. Or just an agate. This is like throwing me off right here. Is that a fossil? What is that? I mean, if it was wood, that wouldn't be on there, right? I thought. Oh my God, that is amazing. That is one of the most beautiful rocks I've ever found in my life. Wow. I literally could spend all day here, you guys. Look at this. What is that? Oh, that's calcite that's on there. This one looks like another. Well, I thought it was chert, but then I saw this side. Looks like it could be wood. Here's another one of those that I thought it was like a mudstone or something at first, but super heavy and it's porous. I'm not sure. It almost looks like got me. No clue what that one is. Does anybody know what that is? This is so awkward. Everybody keeps staring at me driving by. I just smile and wave. Like, what the heck is this lady doing? It's so funny. You guys have to excuse me. I'm losing my voice. Look at this beautiful color. It is bright pink, bright purple. And look at that. Do you see it? Look. That has got to be a piece of wood. Gotta be. Well. Oh, you know what it looks like? It kind of looks like one of those precious, where it's brecciated. But I'm seeing those lines right there, so maybe it's just banded. There's definitely some chalcedony. I think that might be agate banding right there. I see some white peeping out on the edges. Oh my God, I bet that's beautiful inside. And that looks, I'm not sure if that's natural weathering or if that's a little fossil impression right there. You see some little hashtags in this area. That is beautiful.
Keep your chin up high, we don't bow down, we just multiply. Beverly backwoods. Say it again. Beverly backwoods.
Look at this guy. What? No way. That is a beautiful piece of petrified wood. Do you see the wood grain on there? I don't know if you guys can see that right there. Look at the colors in there. Beautiful. I think that one might be an agate. I'm not well versed on my agates, guys. Oh my goodness, look at this one. Look at the bands. Look how beautiful. Beautiful piece. That's gotta be wood, yeah? Oh, I don't see. I think it is. It's broke right there. Yeah, I think it's wood. It's more of this big, dark colored material. I think this seems like the other one. They look very similar. This one doesn't have that same waxy feeling as that last one. Look at this red one. Look how beautiful. It's loaded with little crystals in there everywhere.
Throw it back, clean white shoes, get a splash track. We ain't made for a velvet seat. We stomp hard on the county beat.
Jasperized wood, maybe? Or just red jasper, I'm not sure. The lines were, I mean, the dots were making me think wood there, like this area here. But I think it could be just a regular jasper. Here's another piece. And look, just look at the bands in there. Beautiful material. one of those big dark ones with the holes in it, and it's broken on the exterior here. And I think it might be a type of, I don't know, mudstone maybe? I'm not really sure.
This is home.
Oh my goodness, you guys, look at that. Do you see that big red one with the bands? Look how beautiful that is. Wow. That is awesome. It really kind of looks like wood grain on there. I believe that it is. Oh yeah, look at those druzy sparkles. I never get sick of those crystals. So beautiful. This one I believe is some type of fossil. I'm just not sure what. This looks like some calcite in here. It feels kind of like sandstone, like similar to how some of the wood is that I find. And I see what I believe is some chalcedony or agate banding. How's that? I'm just not quite sure, but these markings right here, see how it's dipping down in there? That possibly looks like a shell. Hard to tell. Look at this beautiful piece. Wow. Those are smoky quartz. I hardly ever find smoky quartz. Again, this one has the hand feel of like a sandstone, but it doesn't look like just your regular sandstone. See that? There's just so much stuff here to look at. Look at this one. That beautiful red with the banding. And I'm just not sure if it's banded like jasper or this one's got a big agate. I guess you'd call it an agate pocket right there, and I can see the rings coming out. So I guess those are agate bands that I'm seeing in there. Okay, so the big one that I saw earlier, the dark color with all the little speckles, I wasn't sure what it was. Here's one that's open. You can see the red in there. I don't know if that's calcite or oh, maybe it's a microcrystalline quartz, like a type of chalcedony or jasper. It looks like there might be a little fossil right there.
Quarter tank gas, mama said, boy, move. So I move fast. Tore through the hollow, left dust in the grass. Front porch fires, tin roof. Old dog barking at the county street.
Look at this one. Oh my goodness, they're all just so beautiful. Man. I can't get over how beautiful these rocks are. That is sandstone. Look it, that looks like a macaron cookie. Is that not cool? It does. It looks like the two little cookie sandwich, you know, the macaroons, whatever they're called. That is awesome. I love it. I believe this one is another piece of wood. Oh yeah, look at that. That is beautiful. Another large one of those pink ones, and I'm just not sure what this stuff is. Do you guys know? Like, I want to say it's a granite, but I'm just not sure. It's got a bunch of little flashes when I turn it, and they seem to be well, most of them are a square-ish shape. Just not sure what it is. Look at those bands. Man, is that beautiful? Look at the green going through this one. Wow, that is absolutely amazing. Can you guys see that? That has got to be like some banded shirt or jasper maybe. Oh, I guess it could be an agate. I see a little bit of white peeping through here. That is beautiful with that green like that. I think that's actually agate banding. Now that I take a closer look, I think it is. Wow. Look at the agate bands. And this one, holy cow, look at that. It's got little white agate pockets everywhere. And then the banding running all through it. Isn't that beautiful? So I think this would be a jasper agate, I think. And it's awesome, I know that. Look at this pink one. I think this one is like a solidified sandstone. You can see how it's all kind of sparkly in there. I don't know, that's my guess. I can definitely see some banding going through here. Wow, look at that. That is beautiful. Look at that. Look at this. Look at. I'm speechless, guys. Look at the banding running through here. Look at the banding in that church. Oh my goodness, it is beautiful.
Locked in the yard, mama sweet tea burns on the tongue. We laugh too loud.
Out of time for today, but
here's a sneak peek at Wednesday's episode where we take a closer look at these finds.
Clean white shoes, get a mud splash track. We ain't made for a velvet seat. We stomp hard on the county beat. Beverly Backwoods. Say it again. Beverly Backwoods. We bring the thunder in. Beverly Backwoods. Mud on the chrome. Beverly Backwoods.